94.3, 97.3, The Wolf, the Waking Up with CJ and Jess show. Jess, a huge fan of The Bachelor, so
you know that.
We got an opportunity to talk to the lovely lady that's about to join us on the show. We had to take it.
We had to. I couldn't let this pass.
Is Amy Kaufman, and Amy joins us on the show. Big writer. Amy, how are you this morning?
Great, how are you?
Wonderful. We appreciate you obviously taking a couple of minutes as you're doing the book tour thing. The book is called Bachelor Nation, and Amy, I have to be honest, I am not a watcher of The Bachelor or The Bachelorette, but my co-host Jess is all about it.
I got an email about this, and I was like, we're doing it. I don't care what you say. We're doing this interview.
And we're doing it.
And here we are.
Good. I'm glad you won out, Jeff.
Of course, I had to win out on this.
She always wins out,
I had to
Amy.
win out on this one because I'm so glad that your book came out when it did because it followed the worst season of The Bachelor, I think, personally.
Yeah, I know. I was like, thank you, Arie, for being a tragedy, because I feel like that was good timing for me.
He was so horrible. And you have like all the behind the scenes like gossip in your book, which is awesome, by the way. And I just need to ask you personally, do you think that Arie had this all planned out from like once he proposed to Becca that he was like, all right, I'm going to break up with her on camera?
No, definitely not.
You don't think
I
so?
actually was just listening. No, I was just listening to an interview with, do you remember Courtney Robertson? She was an old Bachelor villain who dated Arie, and she said that she saw him right when he got back to Arizona after filming, and he immediately knew he had made a mistake and was like tearful and was like, well, I'll try making it work with Becca, but if it doesn't by the new year, then I'm going to have to, see what's out there with Lauren. Yeah.
Again, her name is Amy Kaufman, Bachelor Nation, the book. The book came out March 9th, and it's available basically anywhere we get books, right?
Yes, that's exactly right.
All right, Barnes & Noble, you can get it online.
Amazon, all that
stuff. Download it and read it on your phone.
And it's definitely worth the purchase if you're a fan of The Bachelor or The Bachelorette, but also if you're a fan of just reality TV in general. I feel like you have a lot of knowledge of behind-the-scenes stuff that goes on.
Yeah, I mean, every reality show is different, but I do think it helps people to understand that a lot of the situations and the characters we see on these shows are so exaggerated, and I know it's really easy for us to sit on our couch and judge and get outraged, but to have that perspective, I think it's important.
It's amazing to me how serious folks that watch these shows get. Like, I mean, Jess, every week she'd come in after The Bachelor and be like, oh my God.
And my thing is that, like, I live tweet it, and I was just looking back at some of my tweets from when I was watching this season, and I was like, I'm like too single for this. Why do I care so much?
Yeah.
Why do you think you care so much?
I have no idea.
I think she wants to just be on the show.
I want to be on the show, but after I read some of the stuff in your book about like how they go through like a psychological evaluation.
Yeah, how does somebody get to go
She's
on
like,
the show?
I couldn't pass.
I wouldn't pass. No, they'd be like, ma'am, you have to go.
Wait a second, you have to pass like a psychological to be on the show?
Oh, God, yeah. You have to do so many tests. You have to take, like an 150 question personality test. You get interviewed by a shrink. You have to take blood and urine tests. They do a background check. It's very extensive.
Wow. So if you want to be on reality TV, it's not just signing up and showing up. It's literally you have to go through the whole process.
I think I would be too boring. They'd be like, wow, your personality thing came back a little lame there, Jess.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I would have to agree
with you. Look at the final two, though. I don't know, girl.
That's true. Actually, what a snooze fest Lauren was. How did she pass that test?
I know. Well, I guess if you're like drop dead gorgeous, they give you a pass.
That's true.
Again, the book is Bachelor Nation, available where everybody buys books. Came out back on March 9th. Her name is Amy Kaufman. Now, Amy, before we let you go, what are some? I obviously didn't read the book, but I know Jess, you did. Is there like juicy stuff in the book too, like about some of the characters that we've seen on TV?
Yeah, totally. And I also think people will be interested in finding out about some of the tactics producers use to elicit some of these crazy, sound bites we hear. Like when you question, why is someone saying I love you after, what seems like 40 seconds?
Right.
I think, it'll give readers a better perspective of sort of all of the elements that are at play there to convince a contestant that maybe that's a good idea.
Okay.
I feel like the producers do really play a big role in getting these people to say the things that they say.
It's all about the picture you paint.
Yes, exactly.
Now, let me ask you this, Amy. How did you get into The Bachelor or The Bachelorette? Do you have a TV background, reality show background, or just you just wrote about it? You're a journalist, right?
Yeah, no, I work at the LA Times and actually cover film. I just liked watching The Batch, as I call it,
Yeah.
with my friends.
Yeah.
The Batch with my friends every week, and I was recapping it for the LA Times, just like honestly for fun. And because I live in LA, a lot of the contestants, of course, live out here trying to be famous, and some of them would come over and watch with us because we'd meet them around town or on Twitter or whatever.
That's pretty cool, yeah.
And we'd ask them questions during commercial breaks about their experiences, and some of the stories were so insane that I was like, maybe there's a book in this.
There's a book in this. So I heard you're like barred from anything Bachelor related, right? Or Bachelorette related?
Yeah, I mean, when I was writing those recaps for the paper, I was in good with them for a while. I would go to the reunion tapings and interview Chris Harrison and all that stuff, and suddenly my access was revoked after a few years. And when we asked what was going on, they said, Yeah, when we asked what was going on, they said her coverage is too negative, and so I was cut off from Bachelor Nation.
That's awful.
I know.
That's crazy.
So, Amy, if someone wants to buy the book, they can obviously get it at local places, anywhere they get books. Do you have a website people can check out?
They can find it on my Twitter, which is Amy K in LA.
All right, Amy K in LA. Make sure you follow that Twitter handle. Amy, thank you so much for coming on. We got the book.
Thank you, Amy, for writing a Bible for me to get through until The Bachelorette airs with Becca.
Yes, I'll see you in March.
All right, thanks so much, Amy. Have a great day.
You too. Bye.
All right, appreciate it. Get more on Amy Kaufman on our website. Go to HudsonValleyCountry.com.
I got to a good part in the book last night when she was talking about what the producers do to get people to say things. Apparently, they have like rolls of $100 bills just hanging out in their pocket, and they're like, cry.
And they give them $100.
And they're like, we'll give you money if you cry or if you say.
Awesome.
Isn't that wild?
That's exactly
And
what
it's, like,
assisted
so fake.
reality TV is all about.
But I just want to see a good, true love story.
Yeah.
Because I can't find one.
Do yourself a favor. Watch The Notebook. All right.